It's like a game of chess.
You don't.
Once you expose your back line, it's over.
There are some players that's why you see Pep will never make that mistake again. There are some players that whether they are on a wheelchair, leave them there.
I was saying somebody, Pep has made the mistake and he has paid for it.
Yes,
it's not something you can't see. You can't do it again.
That's the thing.
Forget Don Carlos said it does not make any sense
to run up the game
to do things like that.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, again, we have to give 7 over 10 to Madrid. They came out very strong.
There's a popular saying that in every competition, when it gets tougher, the boys will be separated from the men. Just like myself and Farouk. Farouk has been doing the whole of the round of 16 and the rest. And I am sitting here for a reason on the driving seat for the UEFA Champions League final upon us. Real Madrid.
Nice one.
And Borussia Dortmund.
Nice punch line. See, man.
All right, guys. It is the best of the best sports show right here on the land. You can always find us anywhere on YouTube and anywhere in the world. My name remains Ibukun Alukan, and I'm ready to take you around the exciting, interesting, scintillating, beautiful, sweet world of football and sports in general. Yes, we've got a lot to talk about on today's edition of the show. We have the Champions League. We'll talk about the unveiling of the new Super Eagles coach, Finidi George, and also talk about the dying minutes. Is it rescue you call it, or 9-minute action in the Premier League? And they always call Premier League the best for a reason. It looks as if the final day will decide the winner of this season's Premier League title. So let me welcome the guys onto the show before I continue talking. And I've got Izu right here on the show as well. Izu, welcome to the show. You look great. You look wonderful.
Thank you very much.
You're surprised I'm on the hot seat for the finals of the Champions League.
I said it yourself now. I don't really talk to you. But yeah, everyone, I really like your shoe.
Oh.
I think I just came on set. I like your shoe.
Yeah, it's quite, in fact, the shoe is quite heavy. I won't like it. It be like Timberland. Heavy. That's when between Orijo and Begbe at all. All right, Roy, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm fine, my brother. Good to be here today.
Yeah, I can see that you are quite, gingered up for the finals of the Champions League.
Yeah, but before then, you have to give me my flowers.
No, I'll come to that, to be honest. I'll come to that.
All right.
Farouk, what's up? How you doing? I'm so sorry for, bringing in that intro.
Well played. Say, I can tell you that.
I was there, you
There's
called
a popular
me,
saying.
you turned my name to Sport Lamba. I did not say anything.
There's a popular saying that first to do.
You never do your own. Wait,
second to do.
Wait,
your eyes. You don't only correct.
I did hear you call me Sport Lamba.
Are
I
you
don't follow you argue.
Are you not?
I'm not Sport Lamba.
I'm not so good. This is not the final presentation for the Champions League. Okay. I just allowed you to also come and feel what I've been feeling. You understand? So when you're talking about, so now you be born, now you be mad.
One thing I know Farouk for is, they ever agree.
Don't agree for anybody.
He's a man that has made football his friend, and he's quite good at playing football, not just talking football. So guys, let's start off from the UEFA Champions League. Like we said, the competition for men, and I can tell you that it's something that everyone you look forward to. Let me start with Roy. The finals, going into the marketing aspect, do you actually think the Champions League, UEFA themselves, will be happy with the finals of the Champions League? Be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you come from the marketing,
blockbuster.
Yeah, if you come from the marketing angle, of course, any day, any time, Real Madrid will pull the numbers, and BVB they've got the numbers as well. Have you seen? Of course, you've seen games in Signal Iduna Park.
Yeah,
you understand. The yellow stand is always massive. It's crazy,
But I mean, in terms of, this
revenue, right?
Not the competition, the competitiveness. Like,
if it was
PSG, if it was Barca.
No, there is a reason why both of them are in the finals.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fluke. They worked hard to get there. Do you understand? So I feel the same. I understand what you're trying to say. It would have been different. You probably, let me use the word, right? Well, probably would have been different if it was Madrid, Bayern, Madrid, PSG, Madrid, any other team.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
Exactly.
Just to also help out on this, I think that the marketing has been done already before the final, but there's something they called post-marketing, especially when you know that these are the two heavyweights. Take for example now, Arsenal against Barcelona in the final of the Champions League, United against Barcelona, Madrid against Liverpool. Yeah. There's going to be a different aura about this match.
Okay.
Borussia Dortmund don't commit that kind of market value when you compare them to likes of Man City now.
A selling club.
Even the Man City now.
Yeah.
So it would have been extra louder. We know that everything is already in place, but there are other things that will have already been automatically, set aside now. Just, it's just like a kick, and you start raising the accelerator even upper than it was before. That is what a final between Madrid and United, Barcelona would give us. But all the same, give credit to these two teams that are in the final. Borussia Dortmund, they're also a big club in their own right.
Now, talking about credit to the two teams. Now, let me go straight to Izu. Let's talk about the PSG Dortmund game at first. I always say that Champions League comes with so much pressure, and in the end, when you can't hold your own, you tend to fall apart. It was obvious that PSG, the goals they could have easily scored, they were so much under pressure. And the fact that the away goal rule doesn't count anymore should even make them more calmer. But they were under immense pressure, and they had to even lose in front of their own fan base. Would you say that it's down to the fact that, Kylian Mbappe saga all through the season? Or would you have thought that if the announcement wasn't obvious, this PSG side could have gone all the way to the finals?
There are a lot of reasons why PSG are out of the Champions League. In as much as yes, I think the Mbappe incident may have played a vital role, especially when you consider the fact that he's the biggest player in the team. A lot of things
go through him. Actually.
A lot of things go through him.
No.
A lot of things go through him. Do you understand? So if Mbappe is playing well, PSG is playing well. And I don't necessarily think Mbappe's head is where PSG wants it to be
on his shoulder
right now. You understand? He's there physically, but I don't think his mind is still committed to the team. And that might, cause a lot of things for the team and all of that. But then again, Dortmund are, credit to Dortmund, they are where they are because, first of all, they are very disciplined side.
Very dogged.
And I think they realized, probably after they turned things over against Atletico Madrid, they've realized that the Champions League is going to, for them to go far, it's going to become a game of moments. Now they are disciplined. Defensively, they can hold their own.
Yes.
When they choose to attack, they pose a very decent threat. When you consider the fact that they now have the place of Adeyemi, Sancho driving at you. They have a very physical number 9 in Fulkrug. Sabitzer is playing really well. Brandt has been a very
he has been
performing very well, but he's flying under the radar. You get? He's having a very good tournament. Emre has been excellent. Martinez has had two very good games. Yeah. Both legs against PSG. He was very, very phenomenal. So they realized that the game is Martin too. The game is going to be won in moments. All they have to do is hold their own. When the chances come, they take it, and they still keep their ship. So I think that's what it's down to, basically.
Quickly, before we go to the Madrid game. I will ask the three of you. Farrell, let me start from you. Dortmund, were they worth to get to the final?
Of course.
What about you?
Of course. But I said it. I predicted it.
You think it was worth it?
I think it deserves to be in the finals, yes.
I said it as well, that you can't defeat, a very strong and dogged Atletico Madrid side and not go all the way in the competition. So let's go straight to the Madrid versus Bayern game. And a lot of predictions flying here and there. Some people said it was going to be a penalty shootout. At some points, it was as if, it was going to go in the way of Bayern Munich. And let me start off with, Izu. And I say, Izu, Roy, you predicted correctly since the round of 16. Your predictions has been top notch, and you got it down to the finals. Apart from the fact that the antecedents of most of these teams is the reason you are backing them up. But there is something Izu said about moments in football. And I think if no one will disagree with me that when it comes to football moments, there is no club that has it as Real Madrid, whether in the Champions League or whatever it is. Roy.
You just said something. Your intro was, at some point in game of football, the boys will be separated from the men.
Yeah.
That is what happens to Madrid.
But Bayern are meant as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now it's a game of men. Yeah, exactly. So now Madrid believes that this is their traditional birthright. A dying Madrid will roar in the Champions League. They are a different team altogether. You understand? So it's when you see Madrid in the Champions League, they are a different side. They come at you. You can bust the game from start to finish, but they find their way. How they do it still baffles me.
As much as I want to appreciate moment, after the game, we had a conversation and we were like, now I see why Tuchel is definitely leaving the club. You are 1-0 up around 81 minutes against Real Madrid, at the Bernabeu. You are a top side. You have been dogged all through the game. You have played fantastic low block. And also, you've got an Hurricane who has been keeping the backline of Madrid at bay. They can't really express themselves going forward. And the substitution, now, you told me that there is a reason you have players like Hurricane up front. Not because of what they can actually do. Because of the threat they pose to defenders expressing themselves. Did that play out eventually?
Absolutely. You can look at the first goal they scored against Real Madrid. It was him having the ball and the defender trying to come out at him immediately. And just a switch of the game to the other side. One-on-one situation between him, Alphonso Davies and Rudiger. Yeah. And the rest was history. Yes, might be injured according to the coach. But players like that, you don't take them out at that point in time. In fact, immediately Bayern scored the first goal. It did a sub immediately. Bringing on Kim Min-jae was horrendous in the first leg for Sané.
Someone said Kim Min-jae looked scared coming in.
That means that the first outlet, attacking wise, that's the number one attacking wise for Bayern. But forget he had a very bad game that day. Still leave him on and make sure Madrid will not settle. And Madrid almost immediately had the game in control. Even the first set of midfielders were not as good as the second set that came on, and my Modric as well as Camavinga controlled the game from then on, spreading passes to the left and right. And once Madrid are dangerous attacking wise in their own home ground, honestly, they can score 7 in the space of 3 minutes if they need to. And that was what they did. They scored 3, chopped off 1. And from then on, they lost that game. I don't know exactly what that man was thinking, but in the end, he missed a good opportunity of winning the club, because whoever team faces Borussia Dortmund in the final between Madrid and Madrid and Bayern are already 75. I don't say they won't win. They can also win, but at least 75% chances of winning it lies without those teams.
But now let's talk about Carlo Ancelotti in the end. And immediately Hurricane came off. Some other outlets for Bayern came off. I was seeing some bench cam they call it. Don Carlo was like, the guy should pump out. Like, the defenders should. There's no one to post a threat, because if you look at Kane that day, he was probably playing a double role of number 10
and number 9,
number 8. In fact,
8 and 9
and number 9. He was the one combining passes. He was the one tracking back to get. In fact, the only goal he scored, he was the one that got that assist from nowhere.
Yeah.
So in the end, would you say that Don Carlo understood the fact that, immediately Hurricane went off, he knew that it was a very horrendous mistake from Tuchel?
Obviously, you don't need to be a genius to figure that out. On the touchline, there's a lot of chess match goes on there. It's always about who is the first person, to show what they have up their sleeve. You make your move, I make my move. You see which person's move, is the best at the end of the day. Now, Bayern scored and Tuchel felt, okay, look, Sané is not having a very good game, take him off. Put on Kim Min-jae. Let's have an extra backing at the back. Now, I frown at the sub because that kind of gives you the mentality that you're looking to hold on to this 1-goal lead. And it's very dangerous. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, Don Carlo responds by bringing in Modric and Camavinga. That's his own move. Now, he's telling you, okay, look, I want to own the game. Do you understand? And then Tuchel now realizes that, okay, look, I don't necessarily have an attacking outlet anymore in this game. He now decides to take off Hurricane that is tired.
Musiala,
I think he took off Musiala as well. And then Sané had gone off already. Sané had gone off. Then he brought on Choupo-Moting and Thomas Müller. Now, why that will not work is because the game is very intense. Madrid have their tail up at the moment. They know they can smell blood. Forget, you have to remember that they had a goal chopped off already.
Yeah.
So now it's like back of your mind that, okay, look, we got one.
Yeah,
we have 15 minutes to go. We can get another goal. I mean, it's been about for crying out loud. You're bringing in Choupo-Moting, who has not felt the intensity of the game at all. He's still very, very warm. Do you understand? You're bringing in Müller, yes, experience and all of that. But in game, you have to be. There's this animal that comes out in you when the game is practically flowing through the blood in your body. You understand? Yeah. These players have not experienced the game like that, and then they come on before they sort their footing out. Madrid that put one past Neuer. Now you can say all of this would not have happened if Neuer did not make that mistake.
Yeah.
You understand? But at the end of the day, the mistake has been made. Now it's 1-1. Neuer has made the mistake. Bayern now don't have a way to get rid of the hold that Madrid have on them because everybody in the attack, nobody is hot enough to charge at the Madrid backline. That's why Rudiger can comfortably stand and cross ball inside the Bayern. Do you understand? So
two defenders combined for that goal.
For the goal. Do you understand? So a lot. I don't think Tuchel got it right on the day. You can take out Musiala. But the threats that Harry Kane poses, whether he's injured or not,
I think
you can't quantify it.
Like you rightly stated, he got it wrong in the moment he removed Harry Kane. For crying out loud, you have the best front three. Musiala was actually threatening Carvajal.
I think Musiala was having a difficulty. He was
playing with a patch around his knees.
Exactly.
But you signal that wanted to come out. That man,
you can do so.
Musiala,
but I felt it was too early. He got it wrong immediately. He scored the first goal and decided to just go back to back five. Honestly, you don't need it.
No.
Madrid will not allow you sit back.
What I was expecting,
because to be honest, they actually
if he had removed,
and it was
Madrid were looking for goals now.
And brought Choupo-Moting, I believe playing double 9 would have actually been more effective than bringing the defender in.
I'm not going to lie to you. The sub I was expecting when I saw Sané's number up was Mathys Tel, and I'll tell you why.
I was expecting Tel to come.
I'll tell you why.
Because it's fast.
You are playing at Madrid, who have you camped in your half. At the end of the day, the only way you can get in out of that game is on the counter, and that's why you need pacey players. Moting cannot run. Muller cannot run, and then you now take off an attacker and bring in a defender. Pavlovic does not have the speed. That second player that was at the base of the midfield with Lima. Lima is not known for pace. You remove Musiala. Muller is not known for his pace. The only outlet you have is Alphonso Davies, whose natural instinct first of all is to defend the ball.
Yeah.
So a lot is not going into God's favor at the end of the day.
He was playing 6 defenders at the same time.
Exactly.
Because he wanted to hold out for that one goal lead.
Well, that's
but he did it. He did it against Man City, and it worked for him. So he wanted to replicate
People say when Real Madrid is in charge, you tend to lose your mind and you start making some funny decisions. I remember when this same thing happened against Man City. That was 2 years ago. And Pep made some funny substitution, removing Mahrez. And someone said a Madrid fan told me that immediately removed Mahrez, Carlo knew that there was nothing.
It's like a game of chess.
Once
you expose your backline, it's over.
There are some players that's why you see Pep will never make that mistake again. There are some players that whether they are on a wheelchair, leave them there.
I was saying somebody, Pep has made the mistake and he has paid for it.
Yes.
It's not something you can't do it against.
That's the thing.
Forget Don Carlos said it does not make any sense
to run up the game.
To do things like that.
So on a scale of 1 to 10 again, we have to give 7 over 10 to Madrid. They came out very strong that very day.
I've always said they came out very strong because Bayern were, because I will always say it. I'm not crediting Madrid for this because
you have to.
I think you have to, and I'll tell you why.
A lot of club will not take initiative.
I think I'll tell you why.
A hole and they capitalized very well. See, the last 10 minutes of the game was as if Madrid was buzzing the game from the start to finish, because I don't even know exactly where they got that anger, that momentum from.
Exactly.
They were pumping the ball left, right, and center until they got those 2 goals. Even when they were one goal down, I saw a fan was like, "Don't worry." They were never under pressure.
I think
even when they were one goal down, that is what
I've always said that the only team that can actually humble this Madrid team, calling themselves the best of the best. We are only best of the best on this show. No other person will help us share them. Yes. Is Barcelona. I've always said it.
Which Barcelona?
Forget the troubles that is happening. If Barca faces this Madrid side, they know.
What happened to the last
knockout? I mean knockout. Our last 2 Champions League meetings, you can ask. We crashed.
Again,
them out. It's very hot Madrid,
I think what forced just for a round up on Madrid matter. Sorry,
please be fast about it.
I think what forced Tuchel into making that change, and I think he needed to, when you consider the fact that Vinny had Kimmich begging for his life.
He murdered him that very day.
He had Kimmich. So there, at some point,
but the elite already was assisting him.
It wasn't working.
No, it was at some point.
It wasn't working. Vinny had Kimmich in his pocket 90 minutes. At some point, I had pity for him.
The thing about Vinny is that I've always said it. If you want to put anybody on Vinny's flank, just like Mbappe too, put a young player that can
Pacey
run.
player.
That's the only reason Barca were able to get hold of Mbappe. Because there was a Kubasi who could run. There was this guy Araujo who could run.
IBK, please leave Barca out of this.
No, I'm only saying
He scored twice in that game.
You know, I was saying here that red card was the reason Barca, and I'll stand on that anytime. But anyways, we have the final of Champions League confirmed already, and it's going to be Dortmund against Real Madrid. Guys, let's just play with prediction before we leave the Champions League. Your final score. Who takes it? We'll do that again maybe when we find out the lineup by next week. But who do you think will take this?
Even if the second 11 of Madrid, even if the second 11 of Madrid plays, they will still win Dortmund. Dortmund has no chance.
Who gets this?
To be honest, everything tilts towards Real Madrid. You can't win 14 Champions League and expect a guy that gets there probably once in every 10 years, to have a better shot than Real Madrid. They've taken out every big team in this competition, and they have also not lost a game in the Champions League. That's the only team
that has not lost a single game
in the Champions League. Everything works well for them. From Don Carlo winning 4 Champions League, want to make it 5. So I feel that Madrid are the clear favorite to win this.
So what about you?
Madrid look like the clear favorites. But I feel like it's Dortmund.
Don't waste your money.
The devil's advocate.
It's not. I'm not playing devil's. I'm not playing devil's advocate. You have to look at.
We know where you are going.
You have to look at the run of games that led them to the final.
I follow someone who is not really, who I'm not really a fan of, but I respect him a lot, and that's Jose Mourinho. He will tell you that there's a reason a team is in the final. Just like Roy said, they also worked their ass off to get to that finals. I don't think getting to the final is a fluke, to be honest. I think is whatever it is well worth it. So I want to give them a fair chance of 50-50. Anybody's game, but we all know
it's a lie. It's not 50-50.
We all know that. No, what I'm saying is, looking at Dortmund antecedents of bottling games, bottling competitions, I'm sad to say, and I'm sorry to say to all my Barcelona friends that I have to leave your bag this time around and tell you that there is no way. I've thought of it in the bathroom when I was sleeping.
No. Madrid will lose. Madrid will lose. No.
There is no way.
Reverse psychology.
Let's understand what you want to say.
Reverse psychology.
Let's hear what you want to say.
There's nothing Dortmund wants to do in that final.
No, but
that
it's
will
obvious.
Make them win it. I think it's obvious that
it's
Real Madrid
15th.
If I
begin as try
the 15th Madrid that when they were interviewing Jude Bellingham after the game, he was wearing that 15.
Yes.
That 15 Apula or something. It was so sure for them that they were gunning for the 15th title. Wow, that's a fantastic one. The club is supposed. How many champions do you guys have? 2. That means you have about it's not official, so you have about 12 more to meet up with Real Madrid, right?
13 actually.
13
okay,
actually.
No, 12.
No,
it's not official, so you have 12 more. What about you?
Same club now. We have 2.
So 12 more to meet up with Real Madrid. What about you?
You have 5.
5 or 4?
4.
And you support, wait, it's even 3.
No, 4.
Wait, Man United is
4.
3. It's 3.
No. 3. 99, 2007.
No,
69 is 3.
It's 3. Is it 91 or 92?
99, 2008, and also 69.
Okay, 1969.
Yep.
That's terrible.
I get that before no be property.
That's terrible. So you have
before
that means you have 11.
How many do you have?
5.
I've got 5.
How many do you have?
Back at 5.
Yeah, I've got 5.
You have 10 more to cash them.
No, 9 more.
No, potential 10.
At the end of the day, we're nowhere near them.
But I'm sorry. In your lifetime, do you think you guys will catch up with Madrid?
How?
So you think you won't?
We cannot.
Farouk, in your lifetime, do you think you guys will catch up with Madrid?
Of course, I think so.
Well, how?
How about you?
I know we are.
No, see, the truth is, Madrid is a team that cannot go 5 years without lifting Champions League.
They have actually done that before.
But they did it before.
No, the last they did it was 2002 to 20.
I can promise you something.
No, before La Decima came, right?
But all I need
that was before La Decima came now.
See, Roy.
Even before they won in 98, they went over 20 years not winning the Champions League.
Roy, let me tell you something.
Once they win, they do back to back. They won 3 in the space of the next 5 years. That was 98, 2001, and also 2000 and 2002 against Bayer Leverkusen. They stopped the game for another 10 or 15 years, and now they have won 5, 6 in the last 7 years.
That's what I need, and I'll say it here. I think I need that man. They said it's the driver of the car to leave.
Papa Perez.
I think when
Perez is smart.
Perez was the president, that was their struggling time, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was when they employed Yohandi Ramos. They employed what's this English? Capello.
Capello.
Yeah, it wasn't him that employed Capello.
No, Capello is not English. Capello is Italian.
It's an Italian man.
Yeah. They're like he goes to England. That was my
They got Ben Schuster. They got Pellegrini.
That was when you were seeing when Dutch players, even Sedente played for Real Madrid. So in the end, I think what's his name again? Florentino Perez remains the man for the big occasion. And for Mbappe to say that he doesn't want to, disappoint him for the second time, that's to show you how big that man is.
But I want to go win Champions League.
So guys, let's move away from the Champions League and let's go straight to this weekend's review of games that happened this weekend. And Chelsea out of the equation already. I think you guys are already in the Europa League spot, or is it Conference League?
Not yet. Oh wait, Man U lost. So we are.
No, we're ahead of Man U. That one's a given.
No, we're ahead of Man U. That's what I'm saying. However, just a goal difference. So. Not
on point.
But to be honest, Farouk,
it's 57-57.
No, hold on, lost. Please. See, guys, hold on. I do know that doesn't really care about the position for Conference League or
why should I want to play the Conference League? I honestly
don't care, to be honest. So I don't know what Chelsea where they'll be going, but I saw that they were going.
I thought I saw 57.
One of the European games.
The most important thing is that let them pray that United don't win the FA Cup. That's the best way they can get
if they win the FA Cup, they're going to conference.
Right now, they're currently occupying the last position for the Conference League. She understand. But if United win the FA Cup, which they will play in the Conference League.
You win against
you. Okay. So it was Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3, and that game looked as if it was more of Luton Town fans, happy with what was happening in that game because of the fact that they thought, there is hope.
Yeah.
For us to get something. And in the end, yes, they got it. But the goal difference between Luton Town and Nottingham Forest, I think they have to score about 13 or 14.
Yeah, 13 goals.
13 goals in their next game. They have to win by 13 goals. Why Nottingham Forest must
lose? Needs a draw.
Have to pray that they lose and they also win by 13 goals.
They're going back.
I think realistically, I know they already know that that's not
mathematically they are still there. Well, I said the same thing about Liverpool.
That's I say.
No, mathematically
I say realistically.
Baba, there's nothing realistically. They are dead and buried.
They are gone.
Let's not start saying what we know.
They are going back.
But now it seems that Poch is buying more time with these final games of the season.
I don't understand though. Like even me, I'm confused because I have actually supported Izu in Poch out, but lately is something we could have done since the early of
I think it's down to Nicolas Jackson. I think he's now someone who maybe since Drogba,
is this sarcasm?
I'm serious.
No, wait on. Is this sarcasm?
Bad go. Jackson had a bad game against Nottingham Forest.
Apart from that, what I'm saying is he's been scoring goals.
No, when you say he had a bad game against, give me the good game he has had against
Drogba spoke with him.
He has had very good.
He's a very terrible player. I've told you several times.
Since that Drogba's statement, I think he has scored about 6-7 goals.
Yes, now.
So that's to show you that there's something.
He's not good enough. He's not
good enough to play for a Chelsea side. In a traditional Chelsea side, the days of Drogba and all of that.
I know.
He cannot fit in.
It's not a Chelsea show. Let me just put it straight to you. For next season, going to next season.
Yeah.
Being Chelsea fans.
Yeah.
Do you think Reece James should still captain the side next season? Be honest.
Well, he has actually the reason why he has been going on frequent injuries, that's the ankle. Like he did the injury, he did the surgery, and he stayed out for 5 months and he has returned fully. So most definitely he will be fit very well for next year. So I feel he should be the captain.
Do you think they should stick with Reece James captain?
Yes, now.
He's an old boy.
After 2 minutes, you don't come back. That's my captain, please.
And his assistant.
Give him the armband.
All right, give him the armband coming from Chelsea fans, and I only hope because I don't want to be someone who is not, who is not being very, very human enough. And I only hope that Reece James can stay fit, to be honest, because talent like that shouldn't be in the hospital most of the time. Just like Ousmane Dembele at some point. Let's go straight to Fulham against Man City. So, following social media, funny stories and the rest, Farouk. Fulham actually they were doing a lot of farming, if you understand what I mean.
They just the posts
before the game. They were, posting their training sessions, putting up some posts that, they can't wait for the game, for their final game of the home game of the season. I fell for it as well. And it's so sad that I'm falling for something like that. But in the end, was it down to Fulham or Fulham, as they call it, not being gingered enough to play at home? Or do you think
it's not about ginger? It's not about ginger. It's not about ginger. You know, this is a Fulham that fooled everybody. Like they have a Champions League final.
At some point, you wanted to believe it.
I will never believe a team like that.
No, at some point.
Not against Man City. The only thing that I think can stop Man City in this run is Spurs, and because of their record against Man City. There's always a phobia between them when they are playing, but let's leave that aside. That will happen on the course of the week. I just feel that Fulham, Arsenal will always support anybody playing against City that they supported Fulham. They are supporting Spurs again now, but Fulham are never going to stop. They are never going to stop Man City.
So talking about Fulham never going to stop. Pep is someone who is quite, he goes into your mental head and you might get carried away in the end. So he was interviewed before, I think during the week, and it was like, he doesn't think they can meet up with Arsenal's goal difference. I think it was last week, yeah. At some point, Arsenal were leading City with about over 15, plus 15 goal difference.
Now it's 2.
And now it's down
to
2.
3. Well, that 1-0 yesterday. That 1-0 yesterday.
Now it seems as if Pep is not only going for the title, he's also going, he's a very wicked person, let me put it that way.
You see,
he's also going
I was
for the goal difference.
I was telling a friend of mine yesterday that, see, Pep is the most ruthless coach ever. Ruthless in every ramification you can think of it, psychologically, mentally.
And it makes you feel good when he's beating you.
Exactly. No, somebody will be beating you. It's just like a mouse. He'll be biting you and be blowing you breeze.
That's like Mourinho. Mourinho will tell you for free that I am coming for your goal difference. I am not sugarcoating anything.
So that's Pep for you. You understand? So somebody was saying, Fulham has good record with. I said, the best Fulham can get is a 2-0. I was magnanimous enough to give them 2-0, but they collected 4. You see, Pep is experienced in games like this, title run-ins. He's experienced. He's been there time and time again. You understand? And against Spurs that my brother just listed, tomorrow, what's it called? Spurs cannot.
Don't worry, we'll come to that game. We'll come to that game.
Man City from getting there.
We'll come to that game. So let's go straight to the Man United against Arsenal game. Immediately I saw the lineup, Izu, I knew that it was more like, oh guys, let's do you a favor. Come and win this. And there was a school of thought that United faithfuls don't want Pep to break Ferguson's record of back-to-back. I think Ferguson has done 3 straight Premier League wins.
Yeah.
If Pep wins it this year, he has broken that record to 4 straight Premier League wins.
Yeah.
And Izu, seeing that lineup, would you follow that same school of thought that it was as if, United faithfuls actually wanted, something for Arsenal?
I don't think it's down to that. It's down to the fact that Man U are riddled with a lot of injuries defensively. Mm-hmm. And then as a coach, you can't do anything about these injuries. You have to put out your best possible lineup. And
also choose your battle. There's a FA Cup game.
Exactly.
He's also looking at.
So at the end of the day, yes, the lineup, when I saw lineup too, because I was telling people, man, you can do it, they can help us beat Arsenal, let's City win the league and all of that. When I saw the lineup, cool first catch me. I'm not going to lie. Because the lineup was not it didn't inspire a lot of confidence. But then again, Man U came out of the gates and looked like, they wanted to stop us now. Because you saying
they had chances. You
saying the Man U, Manchester United faithfuls don't want Pep to break Spurs record and all of that. Man U looked like, they wanted to spoil Arsenal's party on the day. If they are taking their chances, that would be a completely different story.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal did not play so well. Yeah. Odegaard did not have a good game. Saka did not have a good game.
Partey.
You get, and a lot of things didn't go their way. It was just down to them being very good defensively.
Quick on. We don't have more time, Farouk. Now let me just continue from where it stopped. He talked about Arsenal guys not having good games, and someone said that even before the game, going to Old Trafford, winning just one in 16 or thereabouts, it's enough for Arteta to be very, very cautious. And someone said that if Arsenal really wants to play on that day, they would play. But they were more conservative, more conscious. They just needed that 3 points out of Old Trafford.
I think 3 things played out. You could see there was that fear in the minds, in the faces of Arsenal player at the start. And when you also said something that not all the time you have to win the Arsenal way. You have to also win dirty, ugly.
Has grown, yeah.
He has grown. And also, Arsenal wanted it more. Arsenal were playing for something United were not playing for.
They didn't want to travel. They didn't want to come out.
The chances of them the chances of them making any mistake was zero. The minute they got the first goal, they were like, let's just keep it.
Let me help you.
And they did that. They would have scored more. But one thing about that game was that Arsenal didn't want to make the mistake they made against Aston Villa.
God bless you. You took that word.
It wasn't because they lost against Arsenal, against Villa. I will say it. If Arsenal should end up losing this league, the mistake they made was not going head-to-head against City. If they had beaten City, honestly, we would not be here saying City are on the run. It would have been like 6-point gap between them. But everything ends at the point in time. But I still want to say that Arsenal were impressive. They did what they had to do on that game against United.
Before we leave this Man U Arsenal game, now, will you say that Arteta has grown with that style of play we saw at Old Trafford?
Obviously, what happened against Aston Villa was a learning curve for him. All right, they were anxious. You could see the anxiety in them and all of that. They were all attacking, and Emery and his boys picked their moment and silenced the team. Do you understand? So I'm very sure they must have gone back to the drawing board and looked at where they made their mistakes and whatever, and it played out here. Obviously, the Arsenal that we know attacking would have attacked Man United, and Man U would have taken, if Man, like Izu rightly stated, even in this game, if Man U had taken their chances, Man U would have spoiled the party. But because they were also cautious, they were able to contain the whole thing Man U threw at them. Garnacho was as useless as anything you can think of that yesterday. He couldn't take his chances and all of that. You understand? But kudos to Arteta. He shows that he has actually, improved from what he was last year.
I remember when a lot of people, when they called Arteta a boy, I think for a manager who has done back-to-back chasing of, his boss, Pep Guardiola, it shows you that he's someone who has actually really improved. And in terms of doggedness, in terms of understanding of the game, in terms of being ruthless and also being very tactical, I think we need to start giving, I need to give a bout to Mikel Arteta. Hopefully, they get to win the league. If not, they go again. That's what the game is all about. You have to go again. You have to always keep it going.
I don't know, Farouk. Sorry, just quickly. When Rooney came out and said that most of the Man U players that they refuse to play, feigning injury, and he doesn't know why they are trying to set up Eric Ten Hag. That is not the Man United way.
I think Ten Hag's issue, maybe it's a long issue.
It's a long issue. We can dissect that now. We'll come back to that later.
We'll come back to that. So, before we leave the Premier League, the funny thing is that for the first time in a while, I can't even remember the last time this happened, the 3 promoted teams look to be going down. In fact, Burnley and Sheffield are already down, and there's no way Luton Town will survive because they have to score, they have to get an unrealistic target, something they've not done all season. Farouk, quick one, what is down to these 3 teams going back?
I think it's at times quality. You don't expect somebody coming from a bottom league to come and dominate, and also
not necessarily dominate. I don't think it's.
It has happened before. It's not be the last time.
Is it down to investments?
They all bought players. They got good players in. Burnley were playing their normal style. We're knowing fully well that will not help them in the Premier League. You have to mix it with dirty and also play the other normal football. If you want to play like Pep, then you might go down not falling like Pep. In the end, it was about the quality in Gav. Forget what they are doing in Championship. Some people will win with record points, but they come to the Premier League. They're just like a primary school student playing against a university student. That was all we saw. Those guys didn't match up.
I don't think it's about quality. So I was watching a show over the weekend, and they were discussing the issues at the bottom of the Premier League table. And somebody said something that made me think back a little bit. There was a mention of when you're gunning for the title, the teams you would want to play before are mid-table teams that are under the pressure of struggling to make Europe. We don't make Europe this season, it's fine. We might make it next season. you don't want to play a relegation team because anything can happen. You remember Sunderland, and you can if you think back, you can go to Sunderland, Stoke,
Bolton,
Watford, them, Bolton. These are teams that you are going for the title. You know, you are neck and neck the way Arsenal and Man City are. These are the things you don't even you want to have played them before this time of the season. But right now, if you're Man City, if you're Arsenal, you're looking to win the league. You are begging God to give you Luton Town. You are begging for Burnley. You are begging for Sheffield United. You know that I think that's where it is. These guys don't. There's no. The last time I saw a fight to survive relegation was when it was between Leeds and Everton.
I remember someone telling me that. Do I know that the promoted side, the side that win playoff or whether win the Champions, get a lot of money, and I wonder where they throw them to, because if you can't sign, Farouk said they sign quality players. I look at Burnley, I don't see any quality. I look at Luton Town, I don't see any quality. I look at Sheffield, I don't see any quality.
The question is, when you say a lot of money,
the same Mark Burnley, I know the last time they came, is the same Mark Burnley they were relying on this season.
No,
so
when you say they get a lot of money, when it's down to investment, however, because
they get a lot of prize money when they win.
But we've seen sides invest money and they went back down. Case in point, Fulham.
But it's okay. I still stand by my point because I'm the driver of this particular show, and I can tell you for free that when you invest well, at least get some couple of players into the fray. Especially Burnley, I don't know any quality guy they have in that team except this guy they loaned from Chelsea, Fofana or there. So let's move away from that and let's preview this the game coming up between Tottenham and Man City. The funny thing about that fixture is that as much as we want to say that Tottenham are not in good form, the funny thing is that they are more like the banana peel for Man City. The last 5 meetings, they've won 2 against City. City have won 2 as well, and one has been a draw. The last 5 meetings. Let me bust your head. Tottenham have won at the Etihad at some point in 2022. They won last season at home. And this time around, I think the only time they lost was in the FA Cup. They drew at home against Man City at the Etihad this season. So whatever you want to look at it, now it looks as if they call Premier League demonstrating it for a reason, because it looks scripted. You get, why is it that the team that is banana peel to City are the ones playing City to their penultimate game of the season? Arsenal fans want to look at, this thing is possible, we can do it, they can do it. Farouk, your judgment on the game, do you think start matters, or is it down to Man City knowing that this game is ours and we have to take it?
Well, it's down to City knowing that they just have to win. They just have to win. They don't have any excuse.
So
we already said it like 4 games ago that, we know that Arsenal will win their game. He's a magician. He has been through that before, that they just have to win their games. And that game is an outstanding game against Spurs. And I feel that at the end of the day, Spurs have got a very remarkable record against City. But at the end of the day, it's about City wanting it the most. But one thing I know Spurs can fight for is since they know that they are still within touching distance of winning a position in the Champions League. So they want to fight tooth and nail against City. And every Arsenal fan right about now are supporting their biggest rival as far as football is concerned. I feel the only stumbling block is Spurs. But if there's anybody that can just remove that stumbling block as if there was nothing there, it has to be Pep Guardiola. I say it some other time that it's not about City dominating in England. Honestly, it is Pep dominating in England. Let's City change manager tomorrow and we'll be on a level playing ground. That's why I'm not paying that you're not winning anything.
Adding to what you just said.
Because we're landing off the show.
Yeah, I was telling someone that, Pep, for me, is the greatest manager of all time.
Fabulous.
For me, all right. He I don't know how to put it. He has a way of reading the game. Pep understands that. Okay.
So should we throw away the stats of the guy?
Totally. Tottenham does not stand a chance. They don't.
In their own home?
In their own home, they don't.
The last home game of the season.
They don't. I'm telling you, we'll come back here again and I will remind you what I just said.
So let's go to another school of thought, Izu, because I like the fact that you always reason, broadly as well. Now, Tottenham are neighbors to Arsenal. They know that if they win that game, they are literally giving Arsenal the title.
Yeah, not London forever.
So, let's assume you are a Spurs fan. Would you rather lose to City and say, okay, Arsenal, you guys are not getting this? Or would you rather say, oh, it's our last game of the season? Is it more of them being the last home game of the season, or is more of them not wanting Arsenal to win the league?
If I'm a sports fan, please come, give us 5 and go away. Why is Arsenal? Why Arsenal should win which league?
So you rather lose your final home game of the season?
I will gladly collect 10.
No, but first let's look at IBK. Let's look at the last 5 matches of these respective teams. All right, what has been their record? Spurs they've won 1 out of 5.
No, 2.
It's not. I read the stats. Let's see. It's not about the last 5 games.
No, not between them.
See,
I mean their last 5 matches in Premiership. They've won 1 out of 5. If you are looking at that, we won't get to where we're going to. I believe that Arsenal were smoking hot when they played against Aston Villa. Anything can happen. This is a game between, it's just fine line. See, there will be more pressure on City.
Do you think City will panic?
They will. No, come on.
No, they will not.
They've got blood flowing in them.
No, they will not. They're experienced.
Longer the game goes,
I think they will. Because right now,
that's the only game between them and winning.
They are hoping for Arsenal. No. Right now, Arsenal have won the game. Arsenal have just one more game left.
Hello, guys.
I remember I said this. I said this. Arsenal beat United at Old Trafford. I said Arsenal beat United at Old Trafford. Arsenal will win the league. I'm still saying Arsenal will win the league.
Just wait. Walk with me. Arsenal just beat Man United. They have one more game left to win the title. Now, City know that first of all, their record away against Tottenham is not fantastic. Do you get? And any slip up between now and the final, the league might be done. You understand? It takes a lot of. It would take a lot for them to
let me counter what you just said. Let me counter what you just said.
So guys,
City went to Madrid and played a draw, right?
The Champions League and the Premier League are two different battles.
No, you cannot. No. The point I'm trying to draw. The point I'm trying to draw is this. City are stronger when they're under pressure. That's the summary of what I'm trying to say. They are better. They play better football. They are stronger. When they're under pressure.
After the game anyway.
City are still the favourite to win that match. I tell you, they will play with a lot of nerves. A lot of nerves will be in them. By the end of the day, they might win. But Spurs will not let them roll over them. Spurs know that they can still qualify for the Champions League. Win the last 2 games of the season, they are in the Champions League spot. Because it's just 4 positions. 3 has been confirmed.
Spurs are not careful. They are the ones that will play Conference League.
So they're also fighting for something.
We can literally go ahead of them. Like, look the table is.
No, now.
May I have said my own, and I'll still say it again today. Arsenal.
So before now, let's round up the show with this because I've asked Izu. So let me ask Roy and Farouk as well. Roy, you are a sports fan. Which one? Because it's a big dilemma now. Because in the end, are you going for last home game of the season? Let's finish well, or you are going for let's lose it and Arsenal mustn't win this. So are you for Arsenal not winning the title or you are for finishing well?
No, this is a setup question.
That's what I'm saying.
You're trying to set me up.
No, I said you being a sports fan.
Okay.
Put yourself as a sports fan. Which would you prefer?
No, well, I wouldn't want to be a sports fan. However, I do not. Yes, of course, I don't want to set myself up. I do not see Arsenal winning this. Man City to win.
You prefer
as a sports fan, I prefer
losing to City
because I am Arsenal are my
rivals. Okay, what about
you? My rival.
Honestly, at the point in time when Arsenal were playing against United, I was like, I wanted Arsenal to win the league. But it got to this time, I was like, I don't even care. I want my team to win at all times. See, forget it. Arsenal will fight their own battle. I will fight my own battle. As a sports fan, I want my team to win at every point in time. Plus, we are also chasing the Champions League. So why would I want to let Arsenal?
I'm telling you for free. If you are in England,
rather playing the Champions League than Arsenal win the league.
Some sports fans will tell you that, but I'm sure that no player will want to lose their final home game of the season because final home game of the season because you have your family around. They come around to watch you.
If now you go agree me Man City, me beat Man City, me Arsenal win the league. Well, you like Arsenal.
Let's pose that same question to you. I think you've set us up. You've set us up. So that question goes back to you. If you're a sports fan.
If I'm a sports fan.
What would you do?
I think I'd rather see Arsenal not win the league, to be honest. Because it's more of banter. It's more of, things are at stake. Imagine Arsenal winning the league in your own city
Not
rival, your neighbors.
Well, let's be sincere with ourselves.
No, I'm
what
being
has Arsenal got to
realistic.
lose? Have they won the Premier League
That's what I'm
before?
saying. I'm being realistic.
How many leagues have they won their title in their life?
If I be sports
He's
fan,
a
I sit
bragging right.
in the scores. I go dey clap for them.
You are saying this because you're a Chelsea
No,
fan. You
bragging
don't want
right,
Arsenal to
but
win.
anyways,
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes.
guys, you can see it's been a very heated argument here when it comes to Best of the Best Sports Show. The reason we are asking these questions is because of the fact that we always try to, look at play out every scenario, what's playing out in the fans' head, and whatever they want, for that game. I'm very sure Tottenham against Man City is going to be a final. Are you guys going to watch the game?
Oh yeah, sure.
Fact, we need to look for a bar or somewhere.
Yeah, def.
I need to actually see the game in a bar because I want us now to win that league by all means. I'm a big Pep fan, but I think Baba should just calm down this time around. I beg. I know he wants to break Ferguson's record. I think that's what he's fighting for. I think it's more of that to him than winning the league, to be honest. But anyways, that's what Premier League gives you. They say Premier League is a movie. There's always a script writer somewhere. I don't know who wrote that script of Tottenham against Man City, the penultimate game of the season for both Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. Guess what, guys? We'll be back with the prediction game once again. In fact, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. There is a prediction game and there's something to be won on this show once again. But guess what? You need to stay tuned to our YouTube channel. You know what it is right here on your screen. Go there and try and refresh as much as possible. The video will be out there and it is a prediction game. So know what you have to do to predict game. Once you get that prediction correctly, there's a huge prize to be won. I don't want to tell you what it is, but trust me, it is something beautiful, something huge, and something I'm sure, in fact, something huge, in big way. That's what the show gives you. I want to thank every of our fans, of our listeners, our viewers, everyone who has been following the show since the start of the season. It's been a superb marathon. Trust me, from the Premier League to the Italian Serie A to the Spanish League to the UEFA Champions League to everything that concerns sport and football in general. We want to thank you, and that's why we are giving you back by predicting and winning something on this particular show. Farouk, any last word from you before we leave the studio?
Well, it's going to be interesting when we come back next time to talk about that winner in the Premier League. We already have all that leagues settled. The only one left for us to settle is the Premier League and also the Champions League.
Yeah.
We'll also build up from that. Trust me, guys, like I said, we've got you guys locked down on our YouTube channel. All you just have to do is stay glued to us, put on notification, and tell you for free that you don't want to miss any of the actions.
Right. Any last word from you? This time next week, it seems I think
the league will be done and dusted.
The league will be done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This time next week, the league will be done and dusted.
Such a week.
The curtain will be raised out on Sunday.
Wow.
The last match will be played on Sunday.
So
at
I
3
think,
o'clock.
okay. Any last word from you? If I say what I want to say.
Basically the league is coming to an end. I want to see how it plays out. That's it for me, basically.
So guys, by this time next week, I'll be asking the guys here in the studio some questions, and I also want you to be part of it. Maybe you should tell me, in fact, not maybe, I want you to tell me your best 3 moments of the season. Whether football, whether tennis, whether basketball, whatever sport, tell me your best 3 moments of the season. It's been a fantastic season. Roy, please, by next week, I need you to tell me your best 3 moments of the season. Farouk as well, your best 3 moments. I'll bring mine as well. And Izu, your best 3 moments of the season. What do you think, got you all, seated up and I don't know how to put it, but you know what I mean, all excited and all. I think my own. Let me just say one.
Let's say one. No, let's say
Let's
one.
say next week. No, there's no time.
Wow.
One. Which one?
Getting 8/8 in the Champions League is my best
That's
moment.
the best moment.
So Roy's best moment is actually getting 8/8 predictions in Champions League. And Roy, I think I'm going to bring you a gift for that, to be honest. Next week you receive my gift
Lamba
as well. All right, guys, the show remains best of the best sports show. I'm sure you've enjoyed every moment of today's show. And guess what? You have to subscribe to our channel to always enjoy all the videos and all the episodes on the best of the best sports show. My name is Ibukwan Aluko. Until we meet same time next week. Bye-bye for now.